who wants to talk about what they've struggled with? Who wants to talk about what they've been through? Who wants to talk about things that are still yet not normalized? Who wants to bring that stuff up? Who wants to put themselves out there to be judged by other people who don't understand? Nobody wants to have that feeling in their heart. Nobody wants to feel like they're not in control. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I could take. There's a lot of things that I don't mind being talked about towards me. But there's certain things that I just, let's talk about it. Why? Because I'm an obedient child of God. I have no respect for person. I have fear of the Lord. I do not lean into my own understanding. Let's talk about it. Y'all, I'm scared out of my mind. I'm scared out of my mind. I'm going to. I'm reaching a capacity that I'm not ready for. But it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about me. Alright. There's some things that you have not discussed. There's some things that you have not unraveled, and those things are eating you alive. Those things are tearing you up. Rooted to the tune of you getting belt to butt, because you are not willing to bring those things to light. You're not willing to bring those things to the surface, and God is literally trying to tell you to let those things go. I am not a prophet, nowhere near, but I am someone that has sat there and dealt with things and who love a good testimony. We love a good testimony, okay? So if you're not willing to be vulnerable yet, if you're not willing to open up things yet, maybe I can help you. Maybe I can be the first comer, the starter of your journey, okay? I've been molested and sexually abused from 8 different people in the span of the age of 3 up until the age of 22. From the age of 3 up until the age of 12, it was consistent. Then it stopped. Then from the age of 17 to the age of 18, it was consistent. Then it stopped. Then it happened one more time when I was 22, and then it stopped. All of those times, by all of those different people, have created a shell in me that I did not realize was so hard. And until I took the time to process, to talk about, and to heal, those things were still eating me up alive. From all those ages of things going on, it formed me into a person that I didn't even know I was, that I wasn't even ashamed about, until the Lord brought it to my sight and into light of things that I had to really just wrestle with. Because I was molested from the age of 3 up until the age of 22. As a kid, as an adolescent, I dealt with a lot of incest. Mind you, people that molested me and sexually abused me in adolescence was mostly family, women, men. And so from that, it caused me to dibble and dabble and entertain a lot in incest. Those things became normal. It was like, okay, we can't tell nobody, obviously. Don't tell the adults or we'll get in trouble. But it wasn't in the sense of oh, we're not supposed to do this. Like, it's just a secret that we can't tell the adults because they don't understand, but we're not supposed to do it. No. It was normal. And it went from normal to non-existence. Like, it didn't even happen. Until about a year ago, when I was in the process of about to become a wife. At this point, I was engaged, and I was watching a testimonial video of this lady, how she was saying that she was dealing with incest in her family and blase, and how she was delivered from it and all those things. In the light ding just from that, and the Lord reminded me of how deep I was in incest, how long it lasted, how normal it felt, and just showed me that wasn't okay. It took me a long time to really heal from that. I had to call my husband, my current husband, but at the time was my fiance, and really just explain what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I dealt with this, I dealt with that, blase. He knew a little bit, but not the whole story. And so that had to become a whole thing. And I had to really wrestle with that. So going through the process of feeling ashamed to victimize, to the abuser, to all these things, the Lord had to finalize that with, but God. It's a testimony. There's a lot of people that they're still dealing with this today that aren't willing to talk about it. They think that it's normal. I'm here to tell you it's not normal. It's not normal. Oh, well, we played house with our cousins. Oh, we played house with our sisters and brothers and step siblings. It's normal. It's not normal. The enemy wants us to believe that the things that has happened to us, the things that we have dibbled and dabbled in, the things that he has planted in our minds is normal. It's not normal. You should not be playing house with your cousins and your sisters and your brothers and your in-laws. You should not be playing house with anybody. You should not be dibbling and dabbling in things with your family members. It's not normal. Not only is it not normal, most of the times you've dealt with that because you had already been abused. You had already been suffering through things. It's not your fault. The things that I dibbled and dabbled in with the people that I did with, we had all been sexually traumatized, not even realizing it. We had all been touched. We had all been made it feel as if, oh, it's normal. When I got molested, when I was being molested, it didn't cause me to run from people. Usually there's two ways people deal with molestation and sexual abuse. Either they run from it and they're terrified of whether it's men or women or whatever the case may be, or they run towards it. I ran towards it. Overly hypersexual. And so when it went from me being molested by a cousin or whatever the case may be, now here I am still indulging in incest with family members because I ran towards it. I wanted it. I felt what it, I knew what it felt like at 3 years old to be pleasured. At that moment, it continued to be a thing. So now I'm getting it wherever I can. At the age of 4, 5, 6 years, I'm getting it wherever I can. But it's not normal. But it's not to say like of now, like, oh, well, here I am, like, dwelling on it and woe is me. No, I've been signed, sealed, and delivered. Okay, it's a testimony now. But it's just to bring awareness to other people who have not yet opened up about it or even unlocked that door in their heart of things that's happened to them at a young age. You need to open that door, whether you need to go get therapy, whether you need to go get into a deliverance session, whether you need to go talk to a pastor, whether you need to go talk to people that did it to you. You need to forgive, you need to get through it, and you need to be able to let that go because it's holding you hostage. You don't think it is, but it's holding you hostage. If you're still getting triggered by things, if someone touched you the wrong way, or in nothing sexual, but someone touched you the wrong way and you flip, If someone brings up a memory and you flip, if you see a family member and you flip, or you're an abuser and you flip, you're not healed. You're not. I'm a testimony from it. There's people that have sat there and sexually abused me. When I saw them again, I had a panic attack. I wasn't healed from it. There's family members that has touched me and I see them and nothing happened because I forgot about it. Either way, both of those things are not okay. You can't forget about it and you haven't healed from it or talked about it. Because no matter how deep it may seem in you, it's still lying dormant. And it will uprise when the time comes. The only way the enemy knows how to attack is by things that's happened to us in the past. He only has our rulebook from back in the day. So he still uses those things that we have not yet healed from and bring them back up and see how bad he can torment us with it. See how far we're willing to go with what we used to do. So our job is to bring it up, to give it up, and to let it go. But the only way you're willing to do that is if you do the first step and acknowledge what happened to you. If no one else has said it, I will be the first to say, I'm sorry for whatever has happened to you. If your testimony is worse or better than mine, I'm so sorry what happened to you, because it's not right. It's not right. There's things that's happened to me throughout molestation and sexual abuse. I'm like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad. I'm just stripping. No, it's bad. No means no. Then let's talk about it. As a kid, I never said no. To all of the people that had molested me, I never said no. And so for a long time, I thought that it was my fault because I didn't say no. I didn't say yes, but I didn't say no. Until someone had to tell me 14 years later that I didn't have to say no. You were 3. You were 4. You were 5. The people that touched you were way older. They knew what they were doing. You didn't. They told you not to say nothing. All you knew was to follow instructions. You didn't know any better. So it doesn't matter if you didn't say yes, you didn't say no at that age. You didn't have a choice, you felt like. I was always a people pleaser. So if they told me, hey, let's try something, let's just not tell your mom, I don't want to get in trouble. You don't want me to get in trouble, right? No, I don't. So I'm going to do it. But that does not mean that it was right. They were manipulating you. So with that being said, you have to deal with those things. No, it wasn't your fault. No, you're not to blame. No, you're not disgusting. You're not seen as less than. You are worthy. You are loved. You are valued. You are still God's child. That dirt that was done to you does not have to continue to stay with you. You don't have to continue to feel dirty just because dirt was done to you. You can be clean. You can be set free and washed away. Those things can be done. But you have to address what happened, or else it won't work. So, to anybody that has dealt with it, that's dealing with it, that knows somebody that's dealt with it, that knows somebody that's dealing with it, please, I beg of you, address it now before it gets worse. I done been triggered on so many occasions. I've literally had to get out of a panic attack because I was triggered. I remember when I was in the library and I was doing my homework, typing on my computer, and this dude, he like kind of just groped me in a sense, just grabbed my hip. I knew the guy. We had, done homework together. So it didn't really seem like nothing. But when he grabbed me, I flipped. I flipped. And after that, I went home. Mind you, this is all me being saved, by the way. So I went home, chilling. Tried to go to sleep, take a nap. And as I laid my head down, that memory of him groping me by my hip went from that to when another guy groped me by my hip and wouldn't stop. Like so many different memories went throughout my head, went throughout my mind, of all the times that I had been molested, all the times that I had been sexually abused, all the times that I had been touched. And I had a panic attack. Couldn't breathe, had to call my therapist, had to put ice in my hand till it melted because I still wasn't healed. I hadn't dealt with it. And the Lord was showing me that I still have some healing to do. This is not going to be an easy journey at all. It's not going to take a day or two. It's going to take time. For over 20 years of my life, I have been abused. So not to say that it's going to take 20 years, but it's not going to take a couple days. It's me constantly having to forgive myself, constantly having to forgive those people, and constantly having to realize that the Lord has brought me through. So, please, get right.